Yeah, hello everyone. Good morning. Myself Muralidhar Reddy. I'm a DevOps consultant and solution architect. Now we are going to discussing about what is AWS Directory Service. Why do we require? Where exactly we will be use it? We'll discuss. What is AWS Directory Service? AWS Directory Service is a managed service provided by AWS team that enable you to set up and run directories in the AWS cloud. What exactly directory? AD. Let's take example. You have a Windows server. Usually what you will do, you will connect Windows server using PEM file. You will be upload the PEM file and we will be connect using administrator credentials, right? But in case if you want to be connect the particular Windows servers using Active Directory, it means like example, you join one organization. In the particular organization, they are using, they have given laptop and you are connecting using your username and password. Same username and password, if you want to be connect Windows server, right? So what we can do, right? We can use the AD, Active Directory, and then inside the Active Directory, they will add our user so that we can connect Windows servers using the particular AD. Okay, AD credentials. In this particular AD, right, it is offering multiple options. One is AWS Managed Microsoft AD, and second one is Simple AD. Third one is AD Connector to integrate it with your on-premises directories and manage your AWS resources more efficiently. Some of the organizations, right, they may have their own on-prem AD. In case they wanted to integrate with AWS, right, they can use this particular AWS Managed Microsoft AD or AD Connector so that whatever users are available in that particular on-prem AD, they can able to connect the AWS resources. Okay, understand, right? Some of the organizations, they may use their own on-prem AD, okay, and then they can integrate with this particular directory service. Okay, and then we can see that what are the options available so that you will get some idea. This directory service is majorly supporting three. One is AWS Managed Microsoft AD. Okay, it is similar to on-prem Microsoft AD only. Okay, same capability it is maintaining. And also like using this AWS Managed Microsoft AD, right? In case wherever required support AWS application services that required AD. Again, I'm telling AD is nothing but Active Directory. Okay, and allow you to extend your on-prem AD to the cloud as well. If you use this AWS Managed Microsoft AD, right? Example, you have already on-prem AD, as I said. In case if you want to be extend that particular on-prem to the cloud, right? We can use this particular AWS Managed Microsoft AD, and we can set up the trust relationship. We can set up the trust relationship between our AWS Cloud Directory Service, Microsoft AD, to the on-prem AD, so that whatever is users available in AD, right? So they can, use this same username password to the AWS resources to connect. Example, Windows Server. Okay, I will show you like how do we create and how do we connect AWS Windows servers using AD credentials instead of PEM file administrator credentials. Okay, fine. Next one is Simple AD. Simple AD is cost effective and standalone directory provided by Samba 4. Usually, right, small and medium business that required, if they require AD, right, they will be use Simple AD, but very rare cases, they will be use it. And the next thing is AD connector. Let's take example, as I said, some of the organization, they may have their own on-prem AD. If they wanted to extend, connect to the Microsoft AD, right, to the AWS, so we'll be use the AD connector. This AD connector, it will allow you to proxy authenticate to request to your on-prem AD. Example, I'm connecting Windows Server using my AD credentials. Because what will happen, right? It will be authenticated. It will act as a proxy. It will authenticate. Remember, guys, this part, if you use the AD connector, right? It won't be without catching any information in the cloud. It won't be store any information in the cloud. Directly, it will be connected to the particular on-prem, and then they can they can able to access the AWS resources. Example, EC2 instance. Understand, right? This is the one of the thing. And also I can tell you that example so that you will get some idea. Example, you have a tech call with only one of the organization. In the particular organization, we have a Windows server. Okay, the Windows server IP is this one. Whether it is public or private doesn't matter. IP is this one. Usually, right, if they wanted to connect, right, we will be use administrator credentials, right? Administrator credentials, and then we'll be connect to this particular Windows server. But it is not recommended. We always use the AD credentials to connect to the Windows server. For that one, right, what we will do, we can go to the directory service here in AWS, right? We can try here directory service. Okay, here we have a directory service, host and manage the Active Directory. Click this one. Now here you can see the directories. Currently, we don't have any directories. Set up a directory. Here we have AWS Managed Microsoft AD, Simple AD, AD Connector, Cognito User Post. There are multiple options. Depends on you selected one, right? It will be offering a specific one. Example, if you see here AWS Managed Microsoft AD, it will be support like AWS Cloud and EC2 RDS for SQL, custom .NET application. There are multiple options. And also Simple AD as well. This is the Simple AD standard managed directory. And AD connector, if you have any existing on-prem, right? If you want to be integrated with this one without catching any information in the cloud, we'll be use the AD connector. And Cognito user pool, we won't be use it. Just leave it. Okay, understand that? Once we create here, right? How we'll connect? We'll connect like this. Example, we'll give the NetBIOS name tech/Murli. What will happen, right? We'll connect using this particular one. Example, I can show you. I have open RDP in my local. Okay. Now, if you see here, I'm giving the IP address. Okay, dummy IP address. And then here I'm connecting, instead of administrator, I'm connecting tech/Murli. So then if you give the connect, right, it will ask the password. I have to give the password, and then which password I need to give? I need to give my password, Active Directory password. Okay, I can give the Active Directory password, then I can able to connect to the Windows server using AD. Instead of connecting administrator, right? I have to upload PEM file and get the administrator username and password, right? Instead of that one, I will connect using administrator. You may ask question why it is not connected, because this server is not available. Just example, I took this one and then I'm trying to connect the particular using tech/Murli. This tech is different for organization to organization. Okay, just example, we gave NetBIOS name is tech whenever we creating that Active Directory. So same name slash my username is Active Directory username is Murli. In your case, Suresh, Naresh, okay, Srikant. There are multiple name is there. Just connect with the particular AD. Okay, understand that? This is the basic idea of directory service. I will show you like practical as well. How do we create? How do we integrate with the AD to the Windows server, and how do we connect the Windows server using AD instead of administrator? Everything I will show you so that you will get some idea. Okay. Any questions? Now we are going to discussing about how do we create the AWS Managed Microsoft AD. AD is nothing but Active Directory. First, we'll see the diagram so that you will get some idea. Let's take example. You have a one VPC. Okay. Example, if you take 172.31 series. Okay. Inside the VPC, we have a two public or private or app or data subnet. Any subnet is fine. But in real time, we will be creating private subnet only. Okay. You can choose two private subnets or public subnets. Anything is fine. Then what we will do, right? We will be create the AD. When we creating the AD, right, we will be select this particular two subnets, two public 1A and 1B subnets will be select. Then what we will do, right, we will be creating one EC2 instance in the public subnet 1A, and then when you are launching the instance, right, we will be select the particular directory, Active Directory, so that what will happen, right, automatically it will be join that particular server to the domain AD. Okay, so that we can use your AD credentials to access that particular servers instead of using PEM file. Okay, clear, right? Let's see the demo so that you will get some idea. So for that one, right, you can go to the Google. You can log into that particular AWS account, and then you can come to here. You can search here directory service. Okay, if you see here directory service, host and manage Active Directory, click this one, and then what you have to do, okay. Here you have to create. Let's take example. If you observe here, currently it is creating. Okay, basically it will taking 20 minutes to 45 minutes. That's why I already started to create this one. But I will show you how to set up this one so that you'll get some idea. For that one, go to setup directory, and then here multiple types, right? We already discussed earlier directory types. What is the purpose of using specific one, right? Currently, we are creating AWS Managed Microsoft AD. So select this one and then click next button. Here you have to choose what type of directory service and what type of edition you want to choose. Okay, if you see here, if you select the standard one, it will be, you can up to 3,000 objects and how much cost per month, everything you can able to see it here. If you choose this enterprise edition, right, it will be per GB for specific directory object. Okay, you can create up to 5 lakhs objects, and also per month it will be $288. Okay, depends on your project, depends on your project length of users. It means like engineers. Okay, usually we'll be choose that particular standard edition, because if you have a users is less. Okay, let's take example, your users having around 500 to 1,000 members in your project. Okay, in your organization, we can choose this particular standard edition. Okay, and now here very most important, you have to give the directed DNS name. See, you can give any name. Example, we are giving Tech World. Okay, Tech World with Murli. Remember, guys, whatever you are creating this one, right? It won't be resolved outside. It will be resolved only within that one. Okay, if you even can give the google.com, tcs.com, hcl.com also, that is fine. We don't require to resolve this one. Okay, and you don't require to update this whatever record name, right, in Route 53 or GoDaddy. Okay, fine, right? Now, if you see here, you can give any name. Example, we are giving the techwall.in. If you see here, the name will resolve inside your VPC only. If you observe here, it does not need to publicly resolvable. Okay, understand that? Now, next thing is you have to give the NetBIOS name. Okay, if you are not mentioning NetBIOS name, right, it will automatically pick up from this particular whatever you give the DNS name. Okay, what is the usage of this NetBIOS name? Okay, for the particular NetBIOS name, right? Example, I'm giving the tech. What will happen, right? When you are connecting your server, you can give like tech/example Murli users, tech/Murli, and then you can enter your admin password. Okay, understand that? That's why you have to give the specific name. Remember, in real time, if you have a multiple accounts, this particular NetBIOS name unique. So that's why you have to remember to, when you are setting that particular NetBIOS, you can maintain a specific one. Okay, if it is dev, right, you can go dev and take something, whatever you want. Okay, but it should be unique for entire organization level. Okay, fine. Now you can see it here. Directory description, if you want, you can give it. Okay, next one here, admin password. Remember, default whatever we have selected this particular AWS Managed Active Directory, right? The default username is admin. Default username is admin. You have to give the password. Okay, you have to give the password. Okay, you have to give the password, and this particular password you have to store somewhere. Okay, securely. If you see here, the password must be in between 8 to 64 characters. That's why what you will do, right? Go to the Google and you can search with password generator 16 characters, 20 characters, anything's fine. Here you have a last pass, right? Just click this one. Okay, now you can come down. Here you can see it, right? Here you can select the password length. Let's take example. I'm selected the 16, and then you can copy this one. Example, we have this. Okay, you can copy this one, and then you can update here. Okay, you have to store this password securely. In case if you forget also, it won't be any issue. You can easy to reset as well, but you have to be store this one. Okay, understand that? This is the admin password we kept. Next, what you have to do? Click next button. Here, most important, where you want to be create this particular VPC, or where you want to create this particular directory service, which VPC. Example, we have already dev VPC. Usually in diagram, I said we have a 172, but in our case, right, we have a dev VPC that is 10.100 series. Select this one, and then here we have a subnets, right? Select the specific subnets. I'm selecting private subnet 1A, and then 1B I'm selecting. Okay, you can usually write in real time, we'll be creating private subnet only. That's why I'm selecting the private only. Dev VPC we already created. If you are not aware, please have a look our dev concept. VPC concept, so that you will get some idea. Okay, clear, right? Now I have selected a specific VPC and I have selected the two subnets. Remember guys, at least you have to select the two subnets. Okay, and coming to that here, initial AD site name, default is the default name is default first site name. Okay, if you want, you can change it later also after logging to the AD level. Okay, fine. Now what you have to do, click the next button. Now you have to review this all the things. If you see here what type you choose, what is the operating system. Remember when you are creating this particular AD, the particular operating system name is 2019. If you choose this particular 2019, right, you can this particular AD you can join to the EC2 instances, Windows EC2 instances, either 2008, 2012, 2016, 19, 22 servers as well. But only thing is when you are creating this one, this is creating under 2019 server. Okay, and you can see it here. What is the VPC? What are the subnets we have chosen? And what is the directory service name, and also you can see the NetBios name. Okay, and you can see it here, edition of the standard or specific one. And if you see here, we have a 30 days free trial as well. And you can see the domain controller per hour, how much it is chargeable. By default, when you're creating, right, it will be create a two domain controllers. In case if you want, you can create one more controller as well. Okay, it will be chargeable. Okay, understand that? Any questions now? Fine. Now what you have to do, right? You have to click this particular create a directory. Once you create this, once you click this create a directory, right? What will happen? It will create the directory. If you see here, it is still creating the particular directory. Remember guys, this whatever you're creating the directory, right? It will take 20 minutes to 45 minutes approximately. Okay, you have to wait for that particular time. Understand, right? You have to wait this particular time and see here, still it is creating. That's why it is not giving all the information. We have to wait 20 to 45 minutes. Okay, let me stop the record and then I will be back. Okay, once it is up and running. Okay, create successfully. Yeah, now it is created, that particular directory service. It took around 20 minutes. Okay, now if you see here, when you create that directory service, it will generate the one ID and whatever you give name, right, directory name. Okay, and also you can see that what type of you have choose, whether AD connector or Microsoft AD. Okay, depends on, you can see it here, and also what type of size you have selected, whether it is standard or edition. I mean enterprise. It is a standard, right? And also if you see here, if you have any multi-region, it is not applicable. And also you can see the status and also when we created this one. Okay, now you can click this one and you can see all the information. Okay, whatever, and this particular AD is Windows Server 2019. Okay, and you can see the ID, what are the description we kept, everything you can able to see it, and also NetBios also. Okay, fine. And then comes to here, right, networking part, you can see it here, which VPC, what are the subnets, okay, what are the available zones we have selected, 1A, 1B. And also if you see here, it is created the DNS addresses. Remember guys, when you create that AD, in backend they said it will be create the DNS addresses. We have selected two subnets, right? That's why it is created the two DNS addresses. Okay, and also you can see here last updated, when it is last launched, everything you can see it here. And also you can see that if you want to be change any directory related settings, you can do that one, edit this, and you can modify whatever you want. Okay, if you see here all the whether it is enabled or not, you can see it. If you want disable, you can disable it. Okay, fine. This one, this particular directory settings, we may not be changing. Okay, and here most important, some of the organizations, right, they may have already existing AD. They wanted to set the trust relation between our AWS managed one to the particular AD, existing AD. Okay, existing AD is nothing but one of the organization, they have their own Active Directory. Okay, they wanted to communicate with AWS services. Okay, example, they wanted to connect EC2 instances using their AD credentials. For that one, right, we will be create a Microsoft AD only, and then what we will do, we will be set up the trust relationship. Okay, in this particular trust relationship, right, click the add trust relationship, and then here we have external trust or forest trust. Depends on usage, we will be select this one. Okay, if you select the part external trust, right, create a trust between any domain in your existing or remote forest on this domain in AWS service, AWS directory service. Okay, Same thing for forest trust also. Create a trust between any forest root domain in your existing or remote forest on this forest in AWS directory service. Usually we will be select that if your domain is root domain, right, in AD level, and then what we will do, right, we will be select that forest trust, and then we'll be give the domain name. Example, our existing domain name. Example, I'm telling. Existing domain name is techworkwithmurli.com. Okay, and then we have to give the password. Remember, whatever you giving this password, right? Same password in AD level. I mean, on-prem AD level, they have to use same password to set up the trust relationship. Example, I'm giving this one. Okay, I'm giving this one, and then I'm mentioning here that I will inform to AD team. Example, if you have any AD team, different team, okay, in your organization, we will be informed to them. Okay, I'm choosing this password. Please choose same thing in your side as well. And here, very most important, trust direction, whether one way or two way, or one way incoming, one way outgoing, or two way. Select the two way, and then here, conditional forwarder, right? You have to mention AD, on-prem AD servers. Example, I can tell, I can mention here 10.50.0.0, sorry, 5.36, okay? And then add one more. Example, I'm adding here, okay? 10.50.5.9, okay? Now what you have to do, right? You have to click the add button. When you click this add button, before adding, again, I'm just explaining, we are setting the trust relation between your AWS Managed one and existing AD, either it is on-prem or existing AD, okay? Now what will happen, right? If you set up the trust relationship, okay, we can use this directory service when you are launching the EC2 instance. So what we will do, right? We will be, when we log in the credentials using our, it will be, we already set up the trust relationship, right? So it means whatever we have existing techworkwithmurli.com. So whatever we have permission there, so we should be access for same permissions having for this particular directory service as well. Okay, understand that? Now what you have to do, click the add button. Now what will happen? We have created a trust relationship. It may take little bit time. Currently it is showing that creating. Okay, it may take little bit time, but currently we haven't set up anything, right? That's why what will happen, right? It will be throw the error. You may ask question, Murli, you are setting this one. What they will ask from our side? They will ask, first one, they will ask what is the domain DNS name, and they will ask what is the netbuyer's name, and also they will ask what are the IP addresses of the particular one. Our AWS managed the DNS addresses, IP addresses. These three you have to provide, and also you have to inform them, hey, I have set up the trust relationship. I'm using this password. Please use this same password when you are setting your site. Okay. Then what will happen, right? Once they will set up, right? Now it will be coming to active. Currently we haven't set up anything, right? That's why just I created dummy one. That's why it is throwing error like failed, because we haven't set up anything. Okay, understand, right? Okay, in real time, right, we'll be use trust relationship only for existing one, so that existing whatever we have users, right, they have access for this particular one. When you are launching the EC2 instance, okay, they can use their AD credentials. Once we will be create that group, and we'll be assign the particular users. Okay, now if you see here, if you want to be set up any IP routing, we can do that one, but in real time we won't use. If you want to be use any AWS private CA connector for AD, we can use it, but in real time we won't use, we don't require. Okay, and also if you want to be use any client side LDAPs, we can use it, but we won't be using real time CA certificate authority, we don't require. And here most important, in case if you want to be store these logs to the somewhere, okay, this particular Microsoft AD, if you want to be store it, what you have to do, right, click the enable. Now what will happen here, if you want to be enable, when you click the enable button, right, you can create a new cloud group, and you can store the logs, or you can choose the existing, one. If you observe here, when you are creating one, right, CloudWatch log group, the name should be /AWS/directory service, and then you can give any name. Okay, currently how it will be, this is the directory ID, and then whatever given the name. Okay, it will become like this. Okay, now what I'm doing here, right, I'm creating that, enabling. Now what will happen, right, in the particular CloudWatch, it will be create this particular name. Okay, It may take little bit time. Yeah, if you see here, now it is stored the logs in this particular log group. Now I have clicked that particular one. You can verify it. Remember, guys, directory service is region level. Okay, if you see here, North Virginia. Okay, now you can check it here whether it is there or not. Now if you see here, it is created. Okay, it is created, and also you can see that test log stream as well. You can able to see it whether it is successfully set up or not. We can see it here. Okay, fine. Now what you have to do? Come down. If you want to set up any multi-factor authentication, we can do that one, but we don't record. You can ignore that one. Okay, and also you can go the scale and share. Okay, if you want to be share this particular directory service to the other people, you can do that one. I mean other accounts. If you want, you can click this one and you can give the other accounts, AWS accounts, and then we can share this particular one. But in real time, depends on use cases. We may not, we may share this particular directory service to the other AWS accounts. Okay, and very most important thing, when you are creating that directory service, we selected two subnets, right? Each subnet, it will be created one domain controller. If you see here, each domain, subnet, it will be created the one. If you see here, 1A, 1B. Okay, these are 1A, 1B, and if you see here, one domain controller ID. Okay, and also it will assign the specific IP address, and also if you see here, the specific IP and required, and whether it is active or not, we can see it. In case if you want to add one more, we can do that one. Example, default it will be 2 because we selected the 2 subnets. In case if we required one more controller, if you see here +1, it will be per month extra charges are $43. Okay, if we select 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, you can see it here. Depends on we selected, it will be chargeable. Okay, understand it? But in real time, we may not be required domain controllers more. 2 is enough for high availability. Okay, now you can click the application management and you can see it here. What are the applications? Access URL. If you want to be creative, you can create this one endpoint. Okay, and also you can see it here, AWS apps and services. What are the apps we can use this particular directory? Okay, we can see the lot of things we have. Okay, and also you can see the AWS management console. If you want to be create, you can create it. What is the user login session? It is the default 1 hour. If you want, you can edit, enable. If you want to be enable, and if you want to be edit user length also, you can do that one. It is up to, I mean, you can customize whatever you want. Okay, you can up to 12 hours we can mention. Okay, fine. Now what you have to do? And delegation console access not required, just leave it. And finally, this is the maintenance one. Click this one. Is there any maintenance in directory service? You can able to see it here. And also you can set the notification as well. You can set the notification either email or SMS, depends on usage. You can keep it. If you see the email, right, you can select the SNS topic and you can set up, and then we can do that one. This one also depends on usage, whether you want to be monitored. Okay, you can set up, otherwise you can leave it. Okay, and also if you want to be take any snapshot for this particular directory service, right, we can create a snapshot and you can give it. Okay, it will take the snapshot, depends on usage. Okay, it will be depends on that particular size. It may take little bit time to create the snapshot. And also if you see here, you are limited to 5 manual snapshot for each directory by default. Okay, if you already reach, you must be delete one existing one. Okay, and in case, right, by default we can create only 5, right? In case if required, you can raise the ticket with AWS team and you can reach out, ask them, hey, is there any possibility to increase the snapshot 1? Currently it is a default 5 only, it is allowing. Okay, or else you can delete existing one so that it should be good. Okay, clear, right? Any questions now? Fine. Next one, if you go to the actions, right? If in case if you want to be launch the EC2 instance for directory administrator purpose, you can select this one, and then here you have to give that EC2 instance type. What is the AMI? Okay, so not AMI. What is the key pair name, and also you required a profile, instance profile. Okay, and also what is the security group name and automation assume rule. Okay, and also you can see it all the things. Okay, understand that? And one more thing, you have to understand one thing. Give me 1 second. Now we can go to Google and you can search with AWS Directory Service Security Group, and then you can open this, prepare your AWS Management. Okay. Now remember one thing, when you are creating the AD, you have to be enabling inbound to these port numbers. Remember, these port numbers are, you have to enable. If you see here, TCP UDP, the port number is 53, that is for DNS purpose, and TCP UDP 88, Kerberos authentication purpose, and also UDP 123 NTP purpose, and also TCP 135 it is RPC, and also if you are using LDAP, right, TCP UDP 389 for LDAP purpose. Okay, and also if you see here TCP UDP 445 SMB, and also you can see TCP UDP 465 also Kerberos authentication purpose only. And also you can see the LDAP, it is nothing but secure over the TLS or SSL. You have to enabling 636 port number. And also if you see here 3268 to 3269, it will be global catalog purpose will be enabling. And also you can see the TCP UDP specific port number 49,152 to 65,535 ephemeral ports for RPC purpose. Okay, and also it won't be supported as SMB1 is no longer supported. Okay, version 1. And also you can see here outbound we can enabling all traffic. Okay, and these are the port numbers we have to enabling. Okay, this particular security group, whatever we created the directory service. Here you have to remember one thing. If you observe here, we saw that this particular directory service, we don't see anywhere that security group. Okay, what will happen, right? When you create the directory service, in default, it will be create the security group. Remember, it will be create the security group. How do we identify that? What you have to do, select this particular, copy this particular directory ID. Okay, now go to here, go to the security group. Okay, here, where is that? Go to the security group. You can search with this particular name. If you see here, you have to search with this particular name. You can see it here, d-hyphen, this particular one, underscore controller. Okay, now you can check this one, select this one. And here, whatever I explained, right, you have to enable it here, the port numbers. It is almost all are enabled. If you see here, port number 88, 3020, 268 to 3269. Whatever I explained here, right, all the port numbers is enabled here already. Okay, when you are creating, right, by default it is enabled. Okay, clear? Right? It is all under 10.100 series only. Okay, some of the use cases, right? In case if you are set up any peering connection between existing one, as I said, right, we set up the trust relationship. Okay, we set up that trust relationship, right? For that one, you have to add the particular, if you see here, the range is 10.50 series. Okay, it means, right, inside this particular, when you are set up in trust relationship, right, what you have to do, you have to give edit, and you can give that all traffic. Okay, and then what you have to do, right, you have to give it here 10.50.0.0/16. Okay, you have to give this one. If you are not allowing this one, right, even if you set up, if you are trying to set up trust relationship, right, even though they have updated same password, whatever we gave to them, okay, still it is failing because we don't have connectivity. Okay, we don't have connectivity. That's why you should be set up the connectivity, and also this particular 1050 and 10.100 should be either peering connection or either transit gateway, either transit VPC or cloud WAN you should be having. Okay, without connectivity, if you are trying to set up also, it will be failed. Okay, it will be throw the error like, hey, you don't have connectivity between 10.100 series to 10.50 series. Okay, understand that? Just you have to save the rules. Okay, this is one of the thing in interview level, they may ask question, hey Murli, when you create the directory service, it will be create the security group. If so, where can you find that one? Remember, in AWS console, you may not be find this one. What you have to do, you have to copy this particular directory service ID, and then you have to paste it here. Remember, guys, who are working real time, they only aware of these are all the things. Okay, okay, understand that? So be careful. Be careful. You have to be know where exactly and what are the port numbers we have to enabling it. Okay, and just see it. Okay, understand that? Any questions now? Any questions? No? Yeah, and one more thing, in case you forgot your directory service password, what you have to do, right? Select the specific one, go to the actions. Here you have an option, reset your password. Then click this one, you have to give the username. Username is default admin, right? You can give admin. Either you can give capital admin, small admin, anything is fine, and you have to give the password. You can give any password and you can update. Immediately it will be update this particular password so that you can use that same password as well. Okay, understand that? This is the creation of directory service. Next, what we will do, right? We'll be create one EC2 instance. During the EC2 instance, I will be select this particular directory service. So then what I will do, right? I will be logging with my AD credentials. Okay, either admin credentials for this one, or I will use my AD credentials, example Murli user, so that you will be get to know like how exactly in real time will be follow. Okay, remember guys, in real time, until unless if you're not connecting that particular servers, okay, until unless we always use the AD credentials. If it doesn't work AD credentials, right, during that time only we'll be use the PEM file. Using that PEM file we'll be connect the particular server. Okay, understand that? Be careful. This is one of the most important question into level. Whether you really work or not, they can easy to identify. Okay, you asking this question, hey guys, how you guys are accessing Windows servers? Okay, if we say like we are accessing using PEM file, they can easily to identify. Okay, these guys might not be work in real time, because in real time we always choose the AD credentials only. Okay, Active Directory. Okay, understand that? Still, if you have any question, if you have any question, feel free to reach out to me. Now we are going to discussing about how do we join a domain during EC2 instance creation. Okay. So before going to create that one, first we'll see the steps so that you'll get some idea. Then we can go with the practical part. Okay. So for that one, right, we already created a directory service, and then what you have to do, first we have to create the DHCP option set in VPC, and then we have to attach this particular DHCP to the VPC, so that what will happen, right? The particular VPC, it will be to use that directory service, whatever we created, the DNS servers IPs only. Okay, instead of using the Amazon servers. Okay, Amazon DNS servers. Okay, now we will be give the name is dev-hyphen DHCP, and then we will be attach this particular dev-hyphen DHCP to the VPC. Here DHCP is nothing but dynamic host configuration protocol. Dynamic host configuration protocol. Now, if you next step is we'll be create a one role, and then we'll be create a one role for to joining the particular domain. For that one, right, we have to attach these two policies. Okay, one is Amazon SSM managed instance core, and also second one is Amazon SSM directory service access. These two policies needs to be attached when you are creating the role. You can give the role name is dev-hyphen domain join role. Okay, fine. Now what you have to do? Next step is we will be create the EC2 instance. When you are creating the EC2 instance, right, we will be select the particular directory service, so that if what will happen, right, once we up and running the particular server, it is automatically join the particular server to the domain, so that you can use AD credentials to log in instead of using PEM file. Okay, understand that? Next step is the name is we'll give that a dev-hyphen server. We can choose either Windows Server 2022 or 2019 or 16, anything is fine. Okay. Next one is we'll be install the Active Directory tools on your EC2 instance. We have to install that Active Directories, so that what will happen, right, in this particular EC2 instance, once we install the Active Directory tools, right, we'll be create a users, and we can assign that particular users to the group. Based on group, they should have access. Example, Murli, Siva, Suresh. Okay, then we will be validate whether it is working as we expected or not. Will be validate. Okay, understand that? Let's see the demo so that you will get some idea. So for that one, right, we already having this particular steps. Okay, now first we will be get the DHCP. We will be give that dev-hyphen DHCP. Okay, for that one, right, first go to that directory service we already created. Okay, the particular directory service. If you are not aware, please have a look existing video. Okay, now copy, select this one. Okay, now what you have to do, go to the IAM. First we have, VPC. Okay, go to the VPC. Here, we have two DNS servers, right? We have to update this one. Okay, for that one, right, go to here. Go to your VPC. Okay, currently if we see here we have two VPCs, dev VPC and default. We are creating the EC2 servers also for dev only. So what we will do, right, here we have a DHCP option sets. Currently if we see here, it is using the Amazon provided DNSs. Okay, instead of that one, what we will do, right, we will create our own, because we already created the our directory service. So when you're creating the EC2 instances, it will choose this particular DNS servers. Okay, fine. Create a DNS DHCP option set, and then here I'm giving that dev-DHCP. Okay, DH. You can give any name. Why I'm giving that dev, right? This is the dev environment. That's why dev-DHCP. Okay, and then here domain name. What is the domain name? We have to give the domain name this one. The domain name is techworldwithmurali.in. Okay, techworldwithmurali.in. Now here it is asking the domain name servers. You have to give these two domain name servers. Okay. Now if you see here we have 10.100.85.196, right? This is the one and common. Okay. And you have to give the another one. Okay. You have to give the another one. Fine. Now you copy both, and also NTP servers also same only, and also NetBIOS name servers also same only. Copy paste, and then you don't require NetBIOS node type. You can ignore this one. And also you don't require IPv6 preferred lease time. You don't require, and just create a DHCP. Okay. Now once we create this one, right? What you have to do once we create this one, right? If you see here, it will be create the one ID DHCP option set ID, and also you can see the what is the domain name server, NTP servers, NetBIOS name server. Okay, who is the owner of that one? Everything you can able to see it here. Now what you have to do? Go to the VPC. Okay, go to the specific VPC and go to the actions. Here you have the option edit VPC setting. Remember guys, when you create a VPC default, it will choose the Amazon provided DHCP. Now what you have to do? You have to select the dev-DHCP. If you see here, dev-DHCP, and then you can do the save. Fine. Now this part is completed, right? Now what you have to do? You have to create a role. Why do you require to create a role? When you are adding this particular directory service to that particular EC2 instance, right? We required a role. The particular role, it contains, we required these two policies. For that one, right? I'm creating the one role. So for that one, go to the IAM. Okay, go to the IAM. Go to IAM. Here, go to the roles and then create a role. Here you can select the AWS service, and here you can select the EC2. Okay, you can select EC2. Okay, you can select EC2, and then EC2 is fine. Click the next button. Here you have to select your permissions or policies. One is Amazon SSM managed instance code. Copy this policy and paste it here. You can see it here. Select this one. What is another one? Amazon SSM directory service access. Copy this and you can paste it here and select the second one. Now you can click the next, and here it is asking the name. I'm giving dev domain join. Okay. Join role. You can give any name, but I'm giving just dev domain join role. And then here you can come, if you see here, that is the EC2 trusted entity, and also you can see it here. What are the permissions we have attached? We can see it here. Okay. Now we can give the tags as well. Tags are more important. Remember guys, in real time, tags are very, very most important. And you can create the role. Now if you see here, we have created a role. That part is completed. The next part is we have to create the EC2 instance. The name I'm giving that dev server. And when I'm creating that EC2 instance, right, I will be select the particular domain so that it is automatically attached to the particular server to the particular domain. Okay. Now what you have to do? Go to the EC2. Okay. Go to the EC2. Okay. Here, go to the instances. Okay. Go to the instances. Now we can create the launch instance. Remember guys, I'm in North Virginia. Okay. Launch instance. Here I'm giving that name is dev server. You can give any name. Just example, I'm giving the dev server. Okay. Now you can select here Windows. Here you have to select the Windows. Okay. Select the Windows, and here I'm selecting the 2022. Okay. You can choose any version, that is fine. I'm selecting the 2022. Okay. Now here I'm selecting that T2.medium, because if you choose the T2.micro, right, it will be little bit slow. Okay, that's why T2.medium, or you can choose the T2.large as well. I'm selecting the T2.large. Okay. Once my practice complete, I will be delete it. Okay. Fine. Now what you have to do? Come down, keep a name. I'm selecting the DevOps. I already having. And then here most important, where you want to create the particular server. I'm selecting edit. I want to select in dev, and then you can select the specific subnet. I'm selecting the public subnet because I need to connect, right? If I select the private subnet, I require client VPN. Currently, we don't have any client VPN. That's why I'm selected the public one. And here auto send public AP fine. And here I'm giving that name is dev-lc. Okay. And I'm allowing specific port number. That is the 3389. That is RDP, right? RDP is port number is 3389. Fine. Here, most important, come down. Here we have option advanced details. Click this one. Here you have to select the domain join directory. Okay, you have to select domain join directory. Select here. Here you can able to get the particular domain. If you observe here, you can able to see it here. Select this one. Now here you can see the instance profile. Select this one. Here you have to select the whatever you created the role. If you observe here, dev-domain-join role. Okay, select that one. What will happen, right? When you are adding this one, it requires this IAM role permissions. If you see here, Amazon SSM managed instance core, Amazon SSM directory service access. These two policies should be attached to this particular role. Okay, understand that? Now what you have to do, just come down. You don't require to do anything. Just launch the instance. Okay, once we launch, when you are launching the instance, right? If you observe here, configuring domain join, creating security group, creating a security group rule, and also launching the instance and also initializing the domain. Because we selected, right? That's why it is initializing the domain as well. Okay, you have to wait for 4 minutes to come up the server. Okay, we can wait for that one. Meanwhile, just recap what we did so far. Just we created one DHCP and we have attached that particular DHCP to the VPC so that whatever we are launching the EC2 instances, right? It will be use the customized DNS servers instead of Amazon provided DNS. Okay. And next thing is we have created one role. Inside the role, we have attached these particular policies. And then we are creating that particular EC2 instance. During that time, we have selected that join directory and also we selected the specific role. The particular role, it contains the permission so that what will happen once we launch the instance, right? It may take little bit time to join and everything, it will be happen. We selected the Windows 2022. Okay, you can choose any version, that is fine. But example, we selected the 2022. Okay, we have to wait for a couple of minutes. It may take usually for Windows, right? It will take around 4 minutes. Okay, usually what we did, right? We'll go to select this one. We'll go to that connect and we'll be select the RDP and then we'll be get password. We'll be upload that particular file to login, right? Instead of that one, we already joined the domain. Using the domain credentials, we'll be logging instead of using that this particular one. Okay, I will be show you so that you will get some more idea. This is the one of the most important, whether you really worked or not in real time. Okay, how you are connecting in real time. Okay, they can easy to identify asking this how do we connect. Okay, whether you are using AD or not. Okay, if you are using AD, how do you use your AD? Everything they will ask you question. If you say like we are using AD, it is available in on-prem servers. Okay, how do you connect Windows servers? Okay, you have to tell all the. I mean, if they will ask these type of questions. If you tell all the answers, they can. Okay, this guy is perfect. Okay, otherwise, what will happen? They can easy to identify. Okay, yeah, this guy might not be working on this particular one. Okay, just he watched the videos and he came for interview. Okay, understand that? We can wait for a couple of minutes. Okay. Now, if you see here, the server is running and also it is come 2 by 2. Now you can take the public IP. Okay, go to the RDP. Okay, now here you can type the particular IP and then here most important in username, right? When you are connecting the AD, what you have to do, right? You have to give the whatever we given that NetBIOS name. What is the NetBIOS name? You can give the tech. Okay, / what is the username? You have to connect the default username. Currently, we haven't created any users, right? What is the default username of this particular directory service? Admin, right? You can give the admin. You can give capital admin, small admin, anything is fine. And then click the connect. Now, what will happen, right? It will ask the password. Which password we have to give it? We have to give the admin password of directory service. When you are creating that directory service, right? We have given the password, right? That the particular password you have to enter it. If you see here, this is the password, copy this one and you can paste it here. Okay, if you see here, tech is the netboys name slash, what is the default username of the particular directory service? Admin. Okay, now you can click that. Okay, now if you observe here, our domain is our whatever server, right? It is in under techworld with murli.in domain. It is not like AWS managed one because we already added. That's why it is. If you see here, you can able to see it here. Okay, click the next button. Yes. Okay, now it is logged into the EC2 instance. Remember, guys, once we create a directory service, once we create a DHCP and attach the particular DHCP to the particular EC2, sorry, VPC, and we have created a role, and when you launch the EC2 instance, we have selected that directory and also role, right? What will happen, right? When you are launching, it will be automatically join that one. Okay, understand, right? Now what we have to do, right? Wait for a couple of seconds. So it is opening. Okay. Remember, when you are practicing, right, try to use t2.lot so that it will be, I mean, you can easy to set up quickly. Otherwise, if you select the t2.micro, right, it will be very slow. Okay, it will choose a lot of things. Okay, that's fine. Okay, now if you see here, I have logged in this particular one. Now you can select this particular one. Okay, you can go to this PC and you can see it here, properties. Now you can observe here. Now the whatever you created a server, right, it is in whatever you created a server, right, it is in. Give me 1 second. Yeah, whatever you created the server, right? If you see here, it is in techworld with murli.in, right? It is in this particular domain. Insta a normal one. Okay. Understand, right? Clear, right? This is the process of connecting the particular one. Okay, fine. Now I have connected the EC2 instance and now I'm seeing that particular domain. I use that default admin credentials, but I need to create the servers. What you have to do for that one, right? If you go here, go to the steps here, right? You have to install the Active Directory tools. Okay, what you have to do, go to here. Okay, you can type it here, server manager. Okay, server manager, click this one. Okay, click the server manager, and then what you have to do, you have to install the specific one. Okay, wait, it is opening. Okay, yeah, if you go here, manage one, here you have to choose that add roles and features, and we have to install the AD related one. Okay, tools. But if you click this one, right, it is throwing the warning like server monitoring manager is collecting the inventory data. You have to wait for a couple of seconds so that, right, it is, if you see here, it is happening, it is opening still. You have to wait for a couple of seconds. Okay, and then you can once, okay, click this. Okay. Okay. Now, if you click this particular manage, 1 second, manage, click the manage, and here we have option add roles and features. Click this one, and here you have to select the next, and then here there are two options. One is role based or feature based installation. Select this particular one, and then click the next, and here you have to select the server. What is this? Is the current server IP. Okay, current server name. Just click the next button, and here you have to install the ADDC. Okay, now what you have to do, right? Currently we don't have here. Just click the next button. Here, go to that remote desktop. Yeah, remote server administrator tools. Click expand this one. Here we have a role administration tools. Click this one. Okay, here what you have to do, right? You have to install this particular one, AD, DS and AD, LDS tools. Okay, AD, DS and AD, LDS tools. Okay, understand that? AD, DS is nothing but domain service. Okay, AD, DLS is nothing but lightweight directory service. Okay, understand that? You have to install this one. Okay, mandatory. Just click next, and then you have to install this one. Click, if you require restart, just select this one. Okay, then click the install. Now what will happen, right? It will be installed these particular tools. Okay, it may take 1 or 2 minutes. You have to wait for that particular time. Okay, what exactly happening, right? We have selected the particular manage add roles and features, and we have to install the ADDS and the AD LDS because we need to create our users. Example, Murli, Siva, Suresh, right? We require this one. Currently, by default, it won't be installed. Okay, if it is installed, right, you can see it in tools concept. In tools, right, you can see the AD users and computers, but currently we don't have, right? That's why we have to install the particular one. Okay, it may take 1 or 2 minutes. We have to wait for that one. Okay, we can wait for that. Now, if you go here, right, it is installed, feature is installation completed. Now what you have to do, right? Click the close. Now, if you observe here, when you install ADDS, ADDS and ADLDS, right, we don't record any restart option. Okay, just click cancel. Okay, then just refresh this one. Okay. Now, if you go to the tools, right, here you can see that option. Active Directory users and computers, and also site and services, domain and trust, everything you can able to see it. Okay, understand it? What you have to do? Click that Active Directory users and computers. Okay, here you can see your domain. Okay, you can see your domain, whatever we created a particular domain, right? If you observe here, techworld with murli.in, right? When you create a directory service, okay, we gave that particular name, same name you can able to see it here because we logged in with our admin credentials, AD credentials. Okay, understand that? Now, if you go to the tech, if you see here NetVoice name tech, right? Inside the tech, you can see the users. Okay, here we have only one user. You have only one user. If you go to the computer side, only one computer you have. That too, whatever we logged in, that same server, it is added here. Remember one thing. You have to remember one thing here. Go to the this PC. Go to the properties. Okay. If you go here, if you see here EC2, that's 3CK, right? If you go here, right, same server it is available here in computers. The reason is, right, when you add the domain to this particular EC2, right? So whatever joining, right, you can able to see here default computers. In case if you want to see it a different location, we can use AWS documentation and we can add it. That is a different process. But the concept here, right, in computers, the particular NetBIOS computers, right, you can see it here how many servers are joined here. Okay, understand that? Fine. Now what you have to do, right? Go to the users. Now we can create the users. Well, first user is we can create. Okay, Murli. Go to that users, and then here if you see here we have only admin user. Now what I'm doing here, right? Just click right click and create a new, and then here you have an option users. Click the users. Here I'm giving right Murli. Okay, Murli user, and if you want you can give it, and here login name is Murli. Now you can see it here, right? Tech/Murli. When you are login, right, you have to use tech/Murli. Click the next. Here it is asking the password. What I'm doing, right, I'm giving the same password only. You can give any password, but just I'm giving the same password. Any password is fine. Okay, you have to give it. Okay, now if you see here, there are multiple options. Okay, user must change the password at next login. Okay, usually, right, when you are creating the user, right, what we will do, we will give the default password, then we'll give the option to them to change the password. Okay, that is a security, I mean, that is the best practice because we don't want to know their password, right? That's why. Okay, next here, we can uncheck this one. Currently, we don't require. And then user can't change the password. If you select this one, right, whatever I gave the password, that particular password only, they have to use it. Okay, then next one is password never expires. Let's take example, Murli user. Okay, if you select this one, right, this particular password, it won't be expired. Okay, usually in real time, right, every 45 days or 90 days, right? Okay, in as per security policy will be, I mean, everyone needs to be reset the password either 45 days or 90 days. It is automatically expired. If for that one, right, don't select this one. Okay, and in case if you want to disable the account, you can use account is disabled. Okay, here one of the most important you have to remember. Let's take example, you are creating the one user, that user you are thinking like you are considered as a service account. For that one, right, you have to select this password never expires because that service account, it should not be expired. Okay, that's why we have to choose this particular password never expire. Okay, but when we creating the users for engineers, right, who are joining the new employee in organization, we never choose this particular one. Okay, understand that? But when we create the service account is nothing but that a common user. Okay, no one will use it, just for they will be use it for example integrating with Jenkins. Okay, integrating with some other tools. Okay, we will be use that one. Okay, fine, right? I'm not selecting this one, just click the next and then click finish. Now we have created one user. Now I'm going to create another user, new user. Now here I'm giving the Suresh. Okay, now here I'm giving the username is Suresh. If you see here, when you log into the server, right, you have to give the text/Suresh. Click the next, and here I'm giving the password. You can give the password here. I'm not selecting user must not be changed. Just uncheck it. Just click the next button. Then click the finish. Now if you see here, here it is created. Now I'm creating one more user. Right click new. Go to the users. Okay. Now here I'm giving it Siva. Okay. Fine. User login is Siva. And then you can give the particular, click the next and you can give the password. Okay. Now if you see here, just click uncheck it. Next. Finish. Now if you see here, we have a total 3 users we have created. Only creating it means it won't be accessing your server. What you have to do, right? You have to assign this particular, users to the groups. Okay, depends on your role. Example, if you want to be give Murli user, if you want to be give admin credentials, so admin privileges, what you have to do, right? Just select the particular user, right click, and then go to add to group. Okay, and then here you have to give the name. Now I'm giving like admin. Now if you click this admin and enter, remember guys, type admin, check names, and then you can see it here, administrator and admin. Okay, currently if you see here, default is admin. Okay, if you see here, AWS delegated group, select this particular one. Now it means like when Murli wants to be log in with this particular using this Murli user. Okay, this particular server, what will happen is having the admin privileges. Okay, now what I'm doing here, right? Go to that particular one, copy the particular public IP instance IP. Okay, now I will try with Murli user. Okay, RDP. Okay, and then here I'm giving instead of admin, I'm giving Murli. Okay, I have given only Murli user admin access. Okay, now if it is asking the password, what is the password? I have given the password is this one only. Okay, just copy paste. Now you can click this one. You can give any password your wish. Now it is see it here, right? I'm logging with the particular user. Okay, now I'm logging with using Murli user. Understand, right? Now I'm able to log in. If you see here Murli user, I'm able to log in this particular server. Okay, using AD credentials. Okay, now if you observe. Okay, now I'm able to log in using Murli user. Fine. Now what I'm doing here, right? Now this particular Murli user having the admin privileges. I can do anything inside the server. Now what I'm doing here, right? I'm canceling this one. Okay. Now I will log in with either Siva or Suresh. I will log in with either Siva or Suresh. Now what will happen, right? Siva and Suresh, just I have created the user, but I haven't assigned any group, right? Any permissions. Okay. For that one, right? What will get the error? Let's see. Okay, click the RDP, copy the particular public IP or private IP. Currently we don't have any client VPN, that's why I'm selecting the public IP. Here instead of Murli, I'm giving the Suresh. Now if you see, observe here. Okay, now click this particular one, connect it. Now if you observe here, it is asking the password. Okay, fine. Now you have to give this particular password, we already gave that, and then you can enter it. Now you can click the OK. Okay, just yes. Now what will happen? See, it will be throw the error because the connection was denied because the user is not authorized for remote login. Because we have created the user, Suresh user and Murli Siva user, but we haven't assigned any permissions, right? That's why it is throwing the error like, hey, Suresh, you don't have permissions to log in this particular server. So what I'm doing here, right? I'm adding now, go to the Suresh, okay, right click, add to group. Okay, what permissions you have to give? Example, I want to give admin. Okay, click the next. See, remember guys, admin, just check names and then you can see it here, select the admin, just okay, and then okay. Now you can, if you see here, it is added the particular user to the group. Okay, now what you have to do, right? Again, you can try it here, connect. Now you can give the password here, copy this password. Okay, remember guys, I gave the same password for other users as well. You can give any password. Okay, now if it is asking yes, now if you observe here, now I'm able to log into the server without getting any error. The reason is I have provided the admin privileges. Okay, understand that? This is the one of the most important in real time, right? When you join new organization, they will be create the user like this only. They will give that the next login, they have to be reset it. And then they will be this particular users, right? They will be added to the specific groups. Example, you wanted to log into this your laptop. They have their own group. They will be added their group as well. Okay. In case if they you want to be you want to log in with Outlook or Outlook, right? Or Teams, right? What they will do, right? They will be added the specific group so that you can able to log in using your AD credentials. Okay. One of the most advantages using AD credentials. Understand that? Now you can see it here. Now we have created and also we have tested as well, and we have added specific groups, and based on that one, whether we are able to add it or not, we can see it here. Okay. And also we have validation also completed. One thing you have to remember, in real time, same process only will be follow. We have a one AD, and then using that AD credentials only, we'll be logging our laptop. Okay. And also we will be logging using Teams as well, Outlook, and also if we can log in using this particular EC2 instances as well. Okay. In real time, again, I'm repeating, in real time, we won't be use Connect, we won't be use RDP specific one. Okay. Upload the PEM file and use it. When we will be use this particular one, in case if no one is connecting to the this particular server using AD, either you don't have permissions. Example, we saw that Suresh, right? We don't have permissions. Okay. During that time, right? Not only you, your team also, either you also not able to connect. During that time, right? What we will use, we'll be use this particular admin credentials. Okay. Remember, this is the server admin credentials. Okay. This is the directory service admin credentials. Both are different. Okay. Directory service admin username is admin, administrator username is admin. But when it comes to that PEM file administrator username is administrator. Admin username is administrator. Okay, understand that? You have to upload get password, upload it, and then you have to upload this specific PEM file. Okay, DevOps PEM, right? Select this one, and then you can decrypt the password. Now, if you can see it here, this is the password. Okay, understand that? Using this password, we will be using it. But real time, we 99% will be logging with our AD one day, especially in case any organization, small organization, right? They will be used direct using PEM file instead of using the AD, because AD little bit cost you have to pay, right? That's why. But when it comes to that major top 50 and top MNC companies or product-based companies, right? They will always use the AD only. Using AD only, we'll be login. Okay. The main advantage, right? If you delete the particular user, wherever you have the permissions, all the permissions will be deactivate. That is a major advantage. You don't require to create a separate username password for Jenkins, username password for Nexus, Jenkins username password for SonarQube. You don't require. Once we integrate with that one, right, that will be come to here in AD, we will be logged to the AD, and then here we'll be we'll be added the particular group name. Example, if you have any group related to SonarQube. Example, I'm telling. I'm searching here. We don't have anything. We'll search with that one. If you have anything, you can select the particular one. We will be adding them so that they have access to the SonarQube as well. Okay, understand that? Any questions? And one more thing, guys, we'll be use two servers especially. Okay, that those two servers are ADDC. Okay, Active Directory domain controllers, we can call it as. So instead of installing this particular every server log into that, and we need to install these particular tools, right? What we'll do, right? We'll be create the two servers, and we'll be install this particular one. When you want to do anything, right? It is already installed the existing server, so that we can, if you want to be create the users, delete the users, whatever you want, we can do that one. And one more thing, final one here, we are choosing that Microsoft AD, right? Okay, AWS Managed one. Okay, sometimes, right, some of the organizations, they may have existing one. What we will do, right? We will set up the trust relationship. Okay, using this trust relationship, we can implement that one. Okay, understand that? Any questions now? One of the most important, this one. Okay. Now we are going to discussing about how do we manually join EC2 Windows instance to a AWS Managed Microsoft AD. It means like I have already created, let's take example, we have already created a AWS EC2 instance. Now I want to join that existing EC2 instance to a domain. Okay, how do we do? Let's see. Okay, for that one, what we will do, right? We will be create one EC2 server, and then we'll be do that one. Now, if you see here, we have already directory service. Okay, and also we have created a role as well. Now what I'm doing here, right? Now go to that launch instance. Now I'm launching the EC2 instance. Okay. Now I'm giving here example Murli F1 server. Okay. You can give any name. Example in real time, right? Dev F1, some name you will give it. But practice purpose, right? You can give the any name, Murli F1 dev server. Okay. Now you can select the Windows and here come down. Here you can select the specific one. I'm selecting 2016 base image. Okay. And here come down. Here I'm selecting that instance type, right? T2.medium. Okay. Earlier, why I selected T2.large? Because we need to install AD tools. But when it comes to here, right, Murli F1 server, we don't require. When we require to install the AD tools, right? If you want to create any users and groups, and also if you want to see existing one, right, we require. But when it comes to that join part, right, we don't require to install all the servers, the particular AD tools. Okay. Now I'm selecting that T2.medium, and here you can select that PEM file. Okay. And then here go to the networking. Here you can select the specific one, dev VPC. I'm selecting the public subnet. And here, if you see here, it will be automatically assign the particular IP. And also we have a existing dev F1 SZ, right? Select the particular one. If you don't have, you can create a one. Okay. Fine. Now you can come down. Here in advanced details, right? I'm not selecting domain join. I'm not selecting instance profile. Now directly I'm launching the instance. It means like this particular server, it will be launched the instance, but still it is not yet joined the domain. Okay. Now what we will do, right? Once we launch the instance, we will be logged into that server using administrator credentials, and then we will be join it. Okay. We will be join the particular servers to the domain. Okay. Now what I'm doing here, right? Click the launch instance. Now what will happen, right? If you see here, just it is initializing and launching the instance. You are not seeing any joining domain, everything, because we haven't selected. Some of the use cases, right? We may already created the server. Okay. We wanted to join the particular servers to that AD. So during that one, we will be follow same process. Okay. This particular server, it will be created. It may take little bit time, around 3 to 4 minutes. We have to wait for that one. Okay. We can wait for that. Okay. Now this particular Murli server, this is the Windows server, right? It is running and also 2x2 check. Now this particular server not yet joined the domain. That's why I can't able to use AD credentials. Let's take example. I'm using this one for public IP, okay? And then I'm trying to log in with the tech/Murli, right? Now you can try to log in, right? It is asking the password. Now you can enter the particular password, okay? Now you can copy that particular one and you can paste it here. Now if you see here, I have given that particular one, it is throwing the error like the logging attempt failed, because this particular whatever we created the server, just we have created, but we haven't joined this particular server to the domain. So for that one, right, what you have to do, if you have not done that one, first you have to connect using administrator credentials. Click the connect. Go to the RDP. Here, click the get password. Okay, upload private key file. Now he can select the dev.pem file. Okay, now click the decrypt. Remember, guys, usually I'm connecting using public IP in real time, right? Most of the IPs are private. How will we connect? We will be using client VPN. We will be connect that one. Okay, we will be discuss the client VPN concept also later part, so that you will get some idea. Okay, now we can click this decrypt password. Now we can use username is administrator. Okay, we already having the public IP administrator. Click the next and then take the password here. Click the next. Okay. Okay. Now if you see here, it is not yet joined the domain. That's why it is still showing that normal computer name. Click that one. Okay. Now it is connecting to the server. Remember, guys, if you want to connect this one Windows, you have to enabling that RDP 3389 port number. Okay. You guys already aware, right? Fine. Now it is setting up. It may take 1 or 2 minutes. We have to wait for that one. Okay. Yeah, now the server is up and running. Fine. Now we can go to here, File Explorer. Click this one. Okay, here you have option this PC. Right click. Okay, go to the properties. Okay. Now here, if you see here, currently the computer name is still using existing one. Okay, workspace. It is work group is the work group only. Instead of using, it is not that using that AD related one. Now what you have to do, right? If you want to be change it, you can click the change setting. Okay. go to the change. Here, right, by default, when you're creating the EC2 server inside that AWS, by default, it is work group only. Now, what you have to do, right? Select the domain. Here, you have to give your domain. What is the domain name? Go to that directory service. You can copy this particular domain, DNS name, okay? Copy that and give it here, and then click the next button. Okay. Now, it will ask the username password. If you see here, it is asking the username password. What is the username? I'm giving the username is admin. I'm giving the username is admin. Okay. What is the password? Password, we have this one, right? Copy this one. Okay. I'm using admin credentials. Okay. Just click OK and then click OK. Now, if you see here, it is trying to add the particular servers to the domain. If you see here, welcome to the techolwithmurli.in. You can click this one. It required restart. If you observe here, you must restart your computer to apply these changes. Okay. Okay. Now, what will happen if you observe here? Earlier, it was in specific work group is the AWS one, right? Now, if you observe here, it is the techolwithmurli.in. It means like it is joined to the domain. Now, what you have to do, right? Just restart this one. Okay. We require restart when you are adding this one. Okay. Be careful. Restart. Click continue. Now it is restarting. Now you have to wait for a couple of seconds. Okay. Once it is up and running, right, we can connect again using instead of using administrator credentials, we can directly use our AD credentials because that particular AD is attached, right? That's fine. One more thing, if you observe, when you are creating, right, during that time we selected directory service, direct join directory, and also we selected the role, right? But when you are joining manually, we don't require those two. Even we don't require role as well. It will automatically join. Okay, understand that? Now you can copy this public IP, go to the RDP, give it here. Instead of administrator, I'm giving here. Okay, I'm giving our tech. NetBIOS name is tech, right? tech/example Murli. You can give it here. Now it is asking the password. Wait for a couple of minutes. It is not yet the particular server. How can we know? Go to select the particular server. Go to that monitor and troubleshoot. Here you can select the get instance screenshot. Now you can see it here whether it is up and running properly. Still it is happening. Wait for a couple of minutes so that it will be up and running. Okay. Yeah, when you see this screenshot, right, it means like, okay, this particular server is up and running fine. Okay, now you can log in. Okay, now you can use same public IP and then you can give the tech/ tech means it is the BIOS name. Okay, tech/ and then you can give the username is Murli. Okay, then click then connect. Now it is asking the password. Now you can use the particular password. Okay, whatever is set up for Murli user. Okay, okay, click that. Okay, now it is asked, if you see here, it is joined the particular domain. Now I'm able to log in using our AD credentials instead of using the administrator PEM file. Okay, understand that? This is the process of joining existing server to the domain. One of the most important in real time, right? Some of the servers we may created normally, and later part we require to join the particular servers to the domain. We will be follow this process only. Okay, we will be follow this process only. Understand that? I have logged in this server. Okay. One of the most important, guys, in real time, we always when we are creating the Windows server, right, we always join the particular servers to the domain only. We'll be using domain credentials. We'll be logging to the servers. Okay, instead using PEM file. When we will be use PEM file, in case if you are not connecting to that using your AD credentials, if you require some urgency, we'll be use the PEM file. Okay. Understand that? Any questions now? No. Now what you have to do, right? Our practice is completed, right? Now what you have to do, you can go to this particular one and you can delete this. Otherwise it will be chargeable, right? Or else you can stop or terminate. I'm terminating this one. Okay. I have deleted this one. Okay. Clear, right? If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me via LinkedIn, Instagram, and also Telegram. Okay. And also we have a Tech World with Murli YouTube channel. You can subscribe there to get more updates. And also we have a Telegram group, you can join there, and also we have a techolwithmurli.com website. In this website, I publish all the DevOps related courses. If anyone planning to enroll the course, you can use DevOps 50 coupon code to get 50% discount. This is a limited offer only. Okay, fine. Thanks for watching this video. We will see next video. Now we are going to discussing about cleaning up or deletion of AWS directory service. Earlier we set up a directory service, right? We can delete that one. Our practice is completed, so we need to delete, otherwise it will be chargeable, right? So that's why, okay? Let's see the demo so that you will get some idea. For that one, right? First go to log into the particular AWS account and go to the directory service, select the specific directory service, select this one and go to the actions and you can delete directory service. Okay, here it is asking the particular directory service name. Okay, domain name. Now you can give that one and you can delete it. Now if you see here, it is deleting. And then what you have to do, right? We already created one more server related to dev server. It is top state. Okay, if you observe here, it is top state, that is t2.micro. This one also I'm terminating. Remember guys, if you are trying to delete this particular directory service, this directory service is attached to somewhere, right? First you have to delete that one. Example, it is top state, that's why it is not getting any error. If it is running state, right? The particular server is already attached to the domain, right? It means, right? It will be first you have to delete the EC2 instance, then you have to come to here directory service, you have to delete it. And also we have a role, right? That role name is dev domain join role, right? You can delete this one. Remember this role, it won't be charged, but you have to delete, okay? Delete this one, delete. And then you can give that particular dev icon, domain join role, okay? Now you can click this one. Remember this particular directory service, it may take 10 to 15 seconds, sorry, 1 to 2 minutes to delete this one, okay? Clear, right? This is the process of deleting. Remember guys, once your practice completes, try to delete your services, not only directory service, anything, try to delete. Otherwise, right, it will be increase your pricing, I mean cost, bill. So if you're not paying, right, your account will be deactivated automatically. So that's why if your practice is completed, try to delete it. Okay, clear? Any questions? If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me via LinkedIn, Instagram, and Telegram, and also we have a Tech World with Murli website. Okay, in this website, I already published DevOps related courses. Okay, if anyone planning to enroll DevOps courses for 1 year plan, please use DevOps 50 coupon code to get 50% discount. Okay, thanks for watching this video. We'll see you next video.